What follows is an introduction for new users on how to set up the application for your teams. You should set up a league to contain the teams that will compete against each other. Think of it as a folder for your teams. You will need a short version of the name so you can identify the entry where the full name will not fit. Include any distinguishing information on this abbreviation, such as the age group or gender of the league. Next, we will add a second league for another group of teams that we want to track. By separating our teams into different leagues, we enable ourselves to easily pair the right team with each other. This reduces the need to be overly descriptive with our team names. Please note, however, that it is generally a good idea to keep the names of your leagues unique. Next, we will add our team to the league. We need a short version of the name to appear in some of the screens in the app. If you are creating a team from an existing team, because many of the players remain the same, you can use the import button and select the team to copy the information from. If you select a team, you can edit its detail information. This includes setting the team colors for home and away jerseys, as well as many other settings. Here you can add players to the team and include a photo if you want for the player. The jersey numbers must be unique for each player within its team. If your team does not have numbers, you can put initials or some other identifying information there, limited to the 3 characters. In addition to first and last names, you can also enter a nickname. The nickname is especially helpful for the collect data screen in the event you have multiple players with the same last name. Other team settings include favorite, which will cause the team to appear at the top of team lists and make them easier to find, and track subtime, which requires that we keep the active players to 5 at a time, and we enter the play time when we make substitutions so that we can track all of our players' court time. This is an optional setting, and often users will track time for their team, but not for their opponent. We will also add one of our opposing teams, but we are only going to set the colors and not a roster. If later we want to track players on the opponent, we can add their roster, but for now we are only going to record the events to the team in general. Seasons give us the ability to group games. It also affects the reports, which are season-based. We can remove the demo season by swiping from right to left, as we no longer need it. When we add a season, it is similar to adding a league. We enter an abbreviated name to identify the season, as well as the full season name. We next select our season to add games. We select the home and away teams for the games, and since we group them into leagues, we only see the names of the teams that belong together. We also want to point out here that you cannot delete seasons with data as easily as you deleted the demo season. This is to prevent you from accidentally deleting your data. You can, however, edit your season information. At this point, we are going to do this so that we can make it a little bit more descriptive to track our 2 different teams and their seasons. We will now skip ahead to quickly add a second season. To add games, select the season that you want to group your games within. You will generally have 1 season for each league. The team settings for a game will default to those found on the individual teams. That will set whether or not subs are required, for instance. You are now ready to score your first game.